Good afternoon, everybody. So for today's epic adventure brings us to Columbus, Georgia, and we're going to an abandoned speedway track. Now we are off Lumpkin Road, if I'm pronouncing that right, and if I got this right here should have been the entrance back in the 40s and 50s. Now we're gonna walk the trail. I'm not sure how much is still left there. I believe nothing from what I can see from, the Google Sky View. But there is a lot of homeless for sure back here. So we're just going to mind our business and keep it pushing and follow this little trail right here, which I believe was the entrance back then to get into the speedway. Now this is the Columbus Super Speedway, not to be confused with the Columbus Speedway. We wanted to do the Columbus Speedway, but that's literally on someone's property and it's gated in, so we opted out and came down here to do this one. These two fences are right here, and I want to say that these fences that you can see right here are really old, really old. Let me get a better view, and they open and close, so it could have been it, and this would have been that, little entrance right here. But let's follow the trail down and see what we can find today. We have done abandoned speedway tracks before. Grease Lightning, the movie Richard Pryor. So I'm just looking around because there is a lot of homeless, so I'm just watching my surroundings a little extra than normal. But I'm also on my phone today, and I don't know if you can see that, but we are where the blue dot is, and we got to get right over to where you can see the half a heart to the left. So I'm being guided by my phone at the moment. We are going to have to walk through some of the woods. Alright. Making my own way real quick. Okay, now again, this is the old Columbus Super Speedway. Not to be confused with the Columbus Speedway, which is also abandoned. Alright. Alright. Sorry about that. I have my camera tilted up. I see a mattress back here. I just want to make sure nobody's sleeping on it at the moment. Alright. So we are going the right way. It's actually a little more over here. Right, now I wanted to do this yesterday, but it rained. As you can tell, everything's still a little wet, but it rained on us, so we just waited until today. Alright, it's starting to be a little more open. Now what's awesome about this is that there's tires everywhere. Now, this was from the 40s and the 50s, so no, these are I'm assuming probably not the tires from back then, but they are pretty old, and there's a bunch. Let me focus my camera in on it. I mean, they're even turning green, and they're in a bunch of places. They're over there. There's a bunch back there. Okay, so we're still walking. I cut my camera off because I came across some more homeless, and I just don't want them to feel like I'm back here filming them. But we are headed right over there. We're about to be in it. 1 second. Okay. There's so many tires back here, which is awesome. Only because, you know, it's a abandoned speedway. Let's see. I mean, literally, there's one tire right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hidden underneath the leaves right there. There's so many, and they keep going. So now we are in the circle. Okay, so I can tell that this was a track. I can see like the oval shape. Now you have to bear with me. I did a little bit of research, and I want to show you exactly this. Okay, so, and I looked on my phone to see the exact circle, and I'm going to put an exact circle on the screen for you so you can see the map with the circle. So this right here would have been, let me back up a little bit. Alright, so this curve right here would have been your track. This would have been the curve going around. Now, it was called a paperclip track. So, for everybody that knows what that means, it's like more of a thinner track. I mean, yeah, this is it. When there's so many homeless, there's so much other stuff out here. And I was hoping that there wasn't. This way, stuff that we found, we could try to tie it back. Now, this track was operated from around 1948 to the early 1950s. Now, let me give you a little bit of history on the place once I make it through here just a little bit. All right. More tires over here. Okay. So, I'm not sure if it ended because of this. Mind you, we are walking the track right now, but I'm not sure if it ended because of this. But an auto car accident happened here that took the life of a 7-year-old boy. His name was Roy Brandon, who was 7 years old at the time of his death. He was fatally injured when a wheel from a racing stock car broke off, hurled over a 10-foot fence, and struck him on the head. Sadly, it did kill him. And we are now just walking the track. This is what's left of the Columbus Super Speedway. It wasn't a big track. I'm already turning to go back around to the other side. But just use, you know, your imagination. Back in the 1940s and the 50s, coming out here into the woods for a race, basically. And that would have been cool. I grew up north, so we didn't see too many, but when I did move to the south for a little bit in Tennessee, I did get to see a bunch. Mainly underground type, you know, races. But to me, they were the coolest because there was a lot more wrecks, you know, stuff like that. And that's what you really wanted to see, you know. So, yeah. So this is the track. And I do want to walk around a little bit, and I do want to see if there is even just like a guardrail or anything. Normally we can always find like a guardrail or something, but let me just walk, take a look. And there's not a lot of pictures on this place. There is some, as I'm going to put them on the screen here and there, but there's not a lot. So you can't really see the area. But from what I did see, there was a wall. There was a net, you know, for the fence, basically. More tires and stuff. But yeah, this would have been it. So many tires. There's tires everywhere. I mean, just up against the tree. And they're old. They've been here a long time. I couldn't say if they were here from the 40s and the 50s, but they were definitely here. So I'm just gonna walk around and you'll see what I see for the most part. Hope everybody stays tuned to the end and enjoys today's video. Everybody should grab themselves one of these. Oh, look at that. I have now found the 10-foot fence. Right here. I don't know if you can see it well, but here, let me get a little closer. There you go, look at that. That's definitely the fence. About 10 foot high. Seems a little shorter, but not by much. Now that's really cool. So it definitely kept on going this way. Okay, so I am still walking the loop, and I did come across asphalt, a bunch of asphalt that stretches. Now that I'm paying attention more, I mean, it's down here, it stretches all the way around, at least to up here. I mean, it's up on the tree. As you can see, the asphalt right there, it's everywhere. So I'm not 100% sure if it was a dirt track, especially back then, or if it was asphalt, some sort. But this was it. Yeah, I don't really see nothing underneath all the pine right here, but we are gonna walk through the middle now. And again, like I said, I'm gonna put some pictures and clips down at the bottom. If I can find any video clips, I definitely will put them in with this. Okay, so I did come across this fence right here. I don't know if you can really see it in the video, but here's the fence, and it stretches all the way across. Now, it is knocked down in a lot of parts, and it doesn't look to be 10 foot high, which is what I read from the tire that flew over and hit that little boy in the head and took his life. This is more like, I don't know, 5 foot. We'll just guess with it. But it seemed that it would go all the way around for sure. The poles, let me get up in here. The pole, actually, you can see some of the poles, and they're really old. So this definitely would have been the roundabout. Now, I know you can't see it like I can in person, but this right here, you can actually see the wrap around. And then it goes back around. So all these trees, I'm assuming, were not here at the time, obviously, in the middle, maybe even a lot around here. It is Georgia. Things tend to overgrow real fast over time. So, oh yeah, look at this, see? More fence. That is so cool. Let's see if I can, if it's put into the ground. See, I can pull it out just a little bit. It's stuck on that branch right there, and I know you probably can't see it that well because it's so thin and you're looking through video, but that's it. Now that is so cool. Okay, so right here is one of the edges of the loops of the paper clip track is what they called it. Now, it would have been a little farther back, I'm assuming, where, you know, everybody that was in attendance watching it was sitting there cheering on their, you know, favorite race car drivers at the time. But we're gonna just hop on right here and pretend we're a little farther back. So I'm kind of standing in the track right now. But I'm standing in the track, which would have been this, looping all the way around. So, we're going to sit here and act like cars are coming by. This is what it would have been like back in the 1940s and early 50s. Sitting here at Columbus Super Speedway, a track which is now lost in time. Fast forward to 2026 and this is what it looks like now. It's pretty cool to see it. It's a shame it's like this, but I'm glad to show everybody this is what it looks like now. Now, we did find a lot of tires. I found a lot of metal that was lodged in the trees, you know, but you can't really say for certain what is what. Sorry, I'm putting down my stand right now, so if it's a little jumpy. I have a gimbal on it, so it shouldn't be too jumpy. Okay, so, like I said, this is it. And this is pretty cool, to say the least.
Hagan has put the pressure on Weatherly, and coming down the main straightaway, he noses ahead. Turner in number 26. Hagan's car rolled. And a precautionary tire.